Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Hope you fine all well. Today we will discuss independent versus dependent variable. We will try to investigate that what is the difference between independent and dependent variables. First of all, we will uh, discuss the definition of the variable, that what is variable. After that we will discuss that what are the types of the variables. First you must have to know that what is the real definition of the variable. So as per your screen, an element, feature or factor or anything that is prone to vary or change is called variable. Like anything which may vary, which may change. For example, weight, height, quantity, quality, measurement of depression, anxiety and so on. When you are younger, your height was quite different as compared to today. When you are younger, your weight was very low as compared to today. So quantity and quality is also variable. You most of the time you are used to ask that this is the low quality, this is the high quality product, this is the low quality product. It means that quality may change. On the other hand, when most of the time you used to use words quantity, this is 5 ml, this is 10 ml, this is 15 ml, this is 20 ml. It means this is the quantity. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4 and this is 5. So this is the quantity, and quantity is not constant. It is going to rapidly going to increase or decrease. And so measurement of depression, sometimes you feel much depressive, sometimes you feel moderate depression, sometimes you feel low depressive symptomatology. As anxiety, sometimes you are much anxious, much prone to develop anxiety symptoms. Most of the symptoms exist in you. And sometimes you feel very low anxiety, sometimes you feel moderate anxiety. So what is variable? Variable is anything which may vary, which may change, which will be not fixed. This is variable. Okay, now we will discuss the types of the variable. Mainly there are two types of the variables, independent and the dependent variable. There are also other types of the variable, but this is for the beginners. I will not fire the treasure that because at the beginning level you must know the basic two types of the variables. This is the matter of the other capacity that a lot of types of the variables exist, but at your level you must have to know two types of the basic two types of the variable, that is independent variable and dependent variable. Okay, what is independent variable? Independent variable, simple definition, you must have to understand, you must have to remember that the variable which is controlled or manipulated or controlled by the researcher. This is in the hands of the researcher. This is the control of the researcher. He or she may change the value of the independent variable. First they will manipulate, secondly they can change the quantity, the quality, the measurement of the variable, that is called independent variable. For example, here I put a number of examples, like researcher manipulate different age levels in order to check the effect of the age on intelligence. Here is the first example, that researcher manipulate different age levels. He took different people with different age levels in order to check out their age's effect on their intelligence. This is not the same age. For example, researcher took three people who is 20 years old, 30 years old and 40 years old. This is the different level of the IQ. He manipulate, he control. Who? Researcher. Why? In order to check out the effect of age on intelligence. Either the 20 years old person have more intelligent, either the 30 years old have more intelligent, either the 40 years person is more intelligent. Second example is researchers manipulate different types of the teaching methods in order to check the effect of the teaching methods on learning performance of students. Here is the what is the independent variable? The teaching methods. This teaching method, different teaching methods will be manipulated by the researcher. For example, there are three teaching methods: using the multimedia, using the whiteboard, using the chart. This is in the control of the researcher, that he use any type of the teaching method. And why? Because he want to study the effect of the teaching method on learning performance. Either use of the multimedia is more effective for enhancement in the of learning performance of the students as compared to the charts and the whiteboard. Either whiteboard is more effective rather than other two strategies of teaching. Either the use of the chart is more effective than other than two strategies of the teaching. Finally, the third example is find out the effects of the quantity of sleeping pills on sleeping in sleep inducing, as you can see in the picture here. Yes, this one. This one. Here is no pill and here is one pill. This is in the hand of the researcher. He what type of quantity he or she will use. Here is two. Researcher change here. One from 1 to 2. Okay, and here is the 3. 4 levels basically. Here you can say the 3 levels of the independent variable. These 3 levels. Why? Because researcher want to check out the quantity of the sleeping pills on the quality of sleep. Here person is in a waking situation. When he changed from 1 to 2 pills, person is feeling dizzy, is near about to sleep. And the third, 3 pills, he increased 1 pill more because the independent variable was in the control of the researcher. He can change. Then the third is effective. This 3 pills is more effective than 2 pills or 1 or no pill. Because why there is a 3 pill? Because the researcher changed from 1 to 2, 2 to 3. Because the manipulation of the independent variable is in the control of the researcher's hand. And this is dependent variable, which is we will discuss later on. This is the dependent variable. Now, first of all, we will define the dependent variable, a variable whose value depend on that of another, mostly on independent variable's value. What is dependent variable? The variable whose value, whose status based on the value of the independent variable. This variable is changed due to the change of independent variable. Any variable whose change due to the change in the independent variable, that is called dependent variable. As per the name, depends on independent variable. Okay, for example, here is a water cane. Application of fertilizer X in this experiment. Like, researcher try to investigate that what are the effects of the fertilizer on the plant growth. Either you use regular fertilization, you use regular plant watering to the plants, and what are the effect of the regular use of fertilization and the watering on the plant is the growth of the plant. Here for example is the 10 days. When other more than 10 days watering and fertilization continue, this is the second point. Dependent variable increase, and this is the basically dependent variable. and further 10 days if researcher watering and fertilization of the plant to the plant, and the size of the plant will be increased. Here is the dependent variable. More watering, fertilization, more value of the dependent variable, more size of the dependent variable. Increasing the quantity of the fertilization and the watering, increasing the size of the dependent variable. So this is the effect of biofertilizer X on the plant growth. This is the independent variable IV, and this is the dependent variable dV. It depends on this. So what is the dependent variable? Dependent variable which value depends on the other variables like independent variable, and the independent variables which will be manipulated and controlled by the researcher. And what will be the variable? Variable is any element, feature or quantity, or anything, any factor which may change. For example, weight, height, quantity, quality, um, value of the depression, value of the anxiety, value of the schizophrenic symptoms, and lot many other things. So that was today's lecture. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz. Inshallah, we will meet again with more lectures, more useful information and literature. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.